Hey there, everyone. I'm Denise Salcedo, and standing with me right now is Tara Steckity. Tara, it's so nice to have you out here today and to get to talk to you about bad meds. Before we get into that, we're here at the La Mirada Performing Arts Center, and, there's a big event going on with law enforcement and training. Can you give us a little bit of a brief breakdown of what specifically is going down right now?
Sure. So we're here because this is the largest law enforcement training event that happens annually. It's hosted by the LA Sheriff's Department, and this year we're very lucky to be able to sponsor this event or co-sponsor with the LA Sheriff's Department as Bad Meds. So this is the largest training event with more than 400 law enforcement attendees that are here to learn about the dangers of counterfeit.
It's incredible, and I've been talking to so many people today from sheriffs, from people that are here with the training. I've also talked about, I've talked to family members who have lost loved ones over this, and this is such a serious thing, and I think that this campaign is really doing everything that it can to really get the message out there. So I do want to ask you, as somebody who's very well informed with everything that's going on, tell us about how Bad Meds, what Bad Meds the campaign is exactly, and how you guys are trying to get that message out to the public about this real situation that is going down right now.
Sure. I mean, the point of this Bad Meds campaign and the reason that we are so committed to getting this information out there is that, counterfeit medicine is dangerous and it's unfortunately readily available typically through internet sources, whether it's social media or through online pharmacies that are operating illegally. Counterfeit medicine is available to the general public, especially the general public in the United States. What we haven't seen in the United States to date is a consumer awareness campaign, messaging campaign that's really targeted directly at consumers, directly at patients. There have been, many really terrific public service announcements about counterfeit and about counterfeit medicine that have reached our doctors and our pharmacists, and that's really important. But everyday people like you and me don't know how dangerous it can be to point and click and add something to your cart or make a purchase through a site like a site like Snapchat, for example. That's how patients and consumers are getting counterfeit medicine.
Right, and I think that was really scary because you mentioned like a lot of people don't really know how available this is and how, you would think that to get this stuff that you had to jump through all these hoops. But from speaking with the parents, they tell me, they have people that reach out to them to the kids via social media, and I was stunned by that. And maybe it's naive to think that stuff like that doesn't happen, but it does happen, and I think a lot of people maybe don't really know that.
No, it's very easy. It's as easy as swiping left or right on something, when you're on an app. If you're on an app like Snapchat or you're on an app like Instagram or really any of the popular social media sites, those social media sites, folks on those sites will reach directly out to consumers. And sometimes those consumers are children, offering them illicit products. Sometimes it's, counterfeit handbags, but more often than not, it can be counterfeit medicine. And the thought that a counterfeit medicine that's advertised to a child could contain something like fentanyl that could kill them is horrifying, but it's happening every day.
That is really terrifying. And, unfortunately, there have been a lot of people that have passed away due to this. Now, some of the things that I've learned by talking to other people is that they're telling me that this is getting worse and worse. And so what are the next steps? What can be done to lower the numbers, to get the information more out there? What can be done?
Creating awareness is one way that we can start to mitigate this problem. Having conversations, making people aware that no, you shouldn't be buying your medication through social media channels. You should be going to your doctor, getting a prescription, and filling that prescription at a registered, legitimate pharmacy. And that can be an online pharmacy as long as it's a regulated pharmacy. making sure that parents are aware that, yes, their kids are on social media and they are being approached on social media with illicit products, illicit medicines. And that's, I mean, we heard some horrifying, terrible stories today from parents of children who have passed away because of fentanyl poisoning in counterfeit medicine.
And now you've gotten to talk to so many of these parents. You've gotten to see this stuff firsthand. You've seen the photos of the children and just all of this type of stuff. So I do want to ask you, for you, you know, because being so close to it and seeing how this is affecting people, what keeps you going to be like, we got to continue to get this message out? How has this become personal with you in your life as a human being and connecting with all these other humans?
You know, it's my job to do this, and it has been my job for years to work, you know, against the folks that are counterfeiting medicine and selling those counterfeits. But I had a mom who passed away almost 10 years ago because she, you know, was suffering from cancer. But before she passed, I knew that if I didn't bring her to come and live with me and help her with her overseeing her cancer treatment, that she would be the kind of person that would probably not think twice about accessing medicine in a way that seems easy and maybe less expensive, but in a way that is not safe. So I was worried about her, even, you know, in this business, with her knowing what I do every day. I was really concerned. And I think what keeps me going and really makes me passionate about this even now is, you know, I have a 14-year-old son. And he has Snapchat and he has Instagram, and so do his friends. And hearing the stories about fentanyl poisoning with product that was, you know, counterfeited and sold through sites like Snapchat frightens me, because my son knows what his mom does and knows the statistics because I talk about it a lot. But anything I can do to really make sure that he's not a victim like everyone else is really what motivates me.
You know, you can obviously speak to this as a parent, but I feel like maybe some of the concerns that parents may have, it's like, yeah, we want to monitor our kids. We do, but you also don't want to cross, you know, you don't want to invade their privacy. You don't want to stop them from enjoying life and being able to download a social media app because that's the thing to do and all the friends are doing it. So I guess my last question to you is, what advice would you give to those parents that maybe don't know how to, you know, make sure that they're monitoring their kids, but also not upsetting them because they're invading their privacy? You know, what can they do?
They can communicate with their children. Privacy is, it's a privilege that should be afforded to children, but not at the expense of their lives. But communicating with your child to let them know why you're monitoring and to share some of these stories, I would hope, you know, would be one way to move forward without making our kids feel like their privacy is violated.
What websites can people use right now to go learn more about this?
We can go to safe.pharmacy in order to verify our meds. Safe.pharmacy is a website that's operated by the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy. If you go to safe.pharmacy and type in the website that is offering medicine online, safe.pharmacy will tell you whether or not that is a safe place to buy your medicine.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for all of this insight and for all the work that you're doing as well. I appreciate it, and I love being at events like this because you really do learn and you also get the message out to people. Thank you so much.